Hey folks, welcome back to Make It Good and welcome to my tiny workshop. A couple of months ago I put together a cart for my dust collection system, and I've been using it pretty much every time I've been in the shop. It's worked out very well. I'll link to that video down below. This system uses my 5 horsepower shop vac along with the Dust Deputy dust collection system attached to a 5-gallon bucket. The Dust Deputy is a cyclonic dust separator. It uses the suction from the vacuum to deposit all of the debris into this bucket and keep it out of the shop vac itself, and most importantly, the shop vac filter, so that you're not having to change that out all the time. This dust collection system, along with the cart I built, works perfect for my tiny workshop. It's easy to move around, easy to keep things nice and tidy. Now recently I had a representative from Oneida, the maker of the Dust Deputy, reach out to me after watching the video of me building this cart and asked if I would like to try out their newest product. It's an upgrade over the current Dust Deputy system. I agreed, and they sent me out the Dust Deputy 2.5 Deluxe Kit. The Dust Deputy 2.5 Deluxe Kit gives you pretty much everything you need to start with your dust collection system. A 10-gallon steel drum will hold all your dust. The Dust Deputy 2.5 itself is larger and has more airflow. It comes with a hose to connect it to your vacuum, and it also comes with all the hardware, including a wheel kit for the drum if you wanted to use it in that manner. Now I'm going to be using this on my cart, so we'll see how that goes on here in just a few. As you can see, the Dust Deputy 2.5 is much larger than the original Dust Deputy. Oneida claims this has twice the airflow of the original, and this is due to the 2.5-inch ports to connect to both your vacuum and your dust hose, which gives you a lot more options as you're setting up your shop. My original Dust Deputy is attached to a 5-gallon plastic bucket, so this 10-gallon steel drum is going to be quite the upgrade. The Dust Deputy 2.5 Deluxe Kit does come with wheels to attach to the bottom of the 10-gallon drum. However, I want to put that drum on my dust collection cart, so I'll set these wheels aside for a different project. Now, one of the cool things about the Dust Deputy 2.5 is that it has the exact same bolt pattern as the original Dust Deputy for attaching to the bucket. So if you already have a Dust Deputy and just want to upgrade to this larger unit with more airflow, you can simply unbolt the old one and bolt on the new one to your existing setup. Now, while the model I got is the Dust Deputy 2.5 Deluxe Kit, which comes with the steel 10-gallon drum, you also have two other model options, one being the Dust Deputy 2.5 Plus Kit, which comes with a hose to go to your vacuum as well as an upgraded 5-gallon bucket lid, and then the Dust Deputy 2.5 DIY Kit, which is just simply the new Dust Deputy 2.5 separator and the hardware to attach it to your existing system. It just takes 6 bolts to attach the separator to the lid. Now that I've got this together, I need to figure out how to make this work on my existing cart. So the first thing to do is detach all the hoses and then start working on taking off all the pieces that are holding the current bucket onto the cart. And as I suspected, the new drum doesn't quite fit on the top of the cart, but I do have a plan to fix this. I have a 40 grit flap disc on this angle grinder, and it's meant to remove a lot of material very efficiently. And I quickly realized it just wasn't doing the trick. It was burning the wood and wasn't removing that much material. So I went and grabbed a brand new disc and realized how much this old one had been worn down. Once I got the new disc on there, it made quick work of these cutouts. and the new drum fits on the cart just right. Now I just need to reattach all the hoses to the upgraded system and get this thing going so I can test it out. I even repurposed a couple of boards I took off the cart to add stability to the drum. I may rethink this later on. So now it's time to test out my new upgraded system with the Dust Deputy 2.5. I happen to have a whole bunch of dust collected from my original Dust Deputy, so let's transfer it from one bucket to another. You can see the cart still functions exactly like it did before. The larger drum and the larger Dust Deputy don't make really much difference when putting this together. Initially, you can see the suction is perfectly adequate for getting all of this debris out of this bucket. Now this is a mixture of sawdust and shavings and dust and everything else that I've been cleaning out of my shop for the past several weeks. The coolest thing about the Dust Deputy is the cyclonic action. This is kind of mesmerizing and I like watching this, but it also does the job it's supposed to. It keeps the dust out of the shop vac, separates it out into this drum. And there's the last bit of all the dust in this bucket. It was about 2/3 of the way full, so approximately 3 gallons worth of sawdust and debris. And I emptied that out in about 2 minutes. So I don't have anything to compare that to, but it seemed pretty efficient for what I was doing here. Now we'll check the inside of the barrel and see what we've collected. I'm going to assume there's about 3 gallons of sawdust in here. Yep, looks like it transferred it all over. And check the inside of the shop vac. There's really no more dust here than there was before. Looks pretty good. Filter looks pretty good too. And there it is. The newest addition to my workshop and the newest addition to my dust collection system, the Oneida Dust Deputy 2.5. Now this is an improvement over the original Dust Deputy. But don't get me wrong, the original Dust Deputy was an awesome product, did everything I needed to do and more, namely kept all the debris and fine particle dust out of my shop vac and the shop vac filter so I can use it longer and only have one thing to empty out. And that's done really, really well. This just does it better. It's got a higher flow, more capacity for dust, and it's just a better product. So I'll link to that product down below in the description so you can check it out. I want to thank Oneida for sending me their newest product to test out. They saw my video, they saw that I used the original Dust Deputy, and I'm enjoying the upgrade. So if you like what you saw today, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, subscribe to the channel. If you do subscribe, hit that notification button so you know when I post new videos. I appreciate each and every one of you following along. Y'all get out there and make it good. Thanks a lot.